That's a quiz you took last week. I also have quiz 7. So a lot of people didn't pick those up yet. So if you want to pick up your quizzes, you can come up at the end of class. And so yeah, so today we're going to do a review for the second midterm. My plan is to give sort of an outline for all the stuff that's going to be on it, and sort of I'm going to be focusing a lot more on the later chapters. I don't know if you saw my email yesterday, but chapters 10 and 11 amount to like 25% of the exam altogether, so it's definitely not worth as many points. So I'm going to breeze through those a bit more quickly. So this midterm is about 5 chapters, 10, 11, 14, 15, and 18. And so let's start with chapter 10. What was that about? So chapter 10 was about probability. And really the main thing that you need to get out of chapter 10 are those probability rules that we talked about. So let's list those probability rules. So the first rule is that the probability of the whole sample space is equal to 1. So P, everything adds up to 1. The second rule was for any event A, the probability of A not happening, so P of not A is equal to 1 minus the probability of A. And the third rule that you need to know is for when you have 2 different events, A and B. So A and B are 2 events. Then the probability of A happening or B happening, this is the probability of A plus the probability of B. Except there's some condition we need on A and B for this to actually be true. So who remembers what that condition was?
No overlap.
Yeah, these two need to be disjoint events. This is if A and B are disjoint. Okay? Yep.
Can you give an example of a disjoint event?
Yeah, so let's say we're rolling a 6-sided die. Example. So an example of disjoint events so 2 disjoint events would be, for instance, rolling less than or equal to 2, and rolling greater than or equal to 4. So these are 2 events that there's no way for both of these to happen at the same time. You can't be bigger than 2 and also bigger than, less than 2 and also bigger than 4. an example of some events that are not disjoint so an example of this would be rolling an even number and rolling, let's say less than or equal to 3. These are not disjoint events because the event rolling 2 is in both of these events. Right, so because it's possible to get both of these happening at the same time, these are non-disjoint events. Does that answer your question? So that's all I'll really say for chapter 10. Again, it's worth about 12% on the exam, so it's probably the last thing to worry about. What about chapter 11? So chapter 11 talked about a few different things. It talked about sampling distributions. It also talked about the law of large numbers and the central limit theorem. Okay, so those are the 3 main topics. And what is this sampling distribution? The main thing to know about is a sampling distribution of the sample average, x bar. So this is the sample average. And a distribution of x bar is, it's a normal distribution with mean mu, and standard deviation is sigma over root n. Okay, and so in this case, notice mu is the population mean, sigma is the population standard deviation, and so this distribution for x bar, it's going to be exact if our population distribution is normal. So this thing is exact distribution if population is normally distributed. And otherwise, it's just an approximation. So otherwise, it's an approximation. And it's a better and better approximation as n gets larger and larger. So it's a better approximation if n is larger. And the second bullet